So we're at day one, and I want to talk just a little bit about why sleep is the number one game changing um, activity habit for thriving. If you want to get on top of your health and your cognition and your ability to thrive, we're going to talk about what the detriments are of sleep deprivation. So it has a multiplicity of impacts on us that are life changing, in fact. And I want to make sure that you all are very aware of what's happening for you when you're not getting enough sleep. So I read a book by Dr. Matthew Walker. The book's called Why We Sleep, and it was profoundly life changing for me. The first thing I want you to be aware of is what actually is the impact of sleep deprivation, and it affects cognitive and mental. That's so important. When you're under stress, when you're trying to navigate situations that are really tough, like loving somebody who's dealing with substance use disorder, or the tough decisions that executives are making every single day in the midst of the chaos that we're dealing with, it's important you're at the top of your game. So we want your memory to be great. We want your learning ability to be high. We want you to be concentrating and focused. We want your anxiety and depression to be minimized. And certainly we do not want you on the far end of the spectrum hallucinating or having psychotic symptoms. The other thing too is has a tremendous impact on your physical health. So we want your immune system to be vibrant and alive. We do not want you getting sick on a regular basis. We want to make sure that your cardiovascular system is working well, that you're, not having to deal with weight gain and potentially obesity. And you can see the other areas that it impacts there too. I personally started to feel more pain in my back and my joints because I wasn't getting enough sleep and it wasn't the right kind of sleep. And then finally, making sure that you are on the top of your game when you're driving your car and when you're out there walking about and when things happen. I'm 68 years old. I want to make sure that if I trip, I do not go face first, that I'm actually coordinated enough to be able to keep myself upright and doing well. And I work out on a regular basis. I want to live a long, healthy life. And so keeping those things in mind, super important. And one thing I want to say, the call to action today is I want you to get a baseline of where are you in terms of the quality of and time of your sleep. I personally use the Sleep Cycle app that is free. There's a premium that you can pay for. I get the free one, and it gives me enough information so that I know the longevity of my sleep, how long it took me to get to sleep, how many hours I'm getting deep sleep, dream sleep, which is the REM sleep, and light sleep. And I can see the cycle go throughout the night. It gives me a really great baseline of how I'm operating. And the reason I'm sharing this with you is because recently I was on a trip, business trip. I slept really poorly because of the situation with my roommate. I could see my sleep was terrible. And when I got on the other side of that, and I was able to get back to monitoring my sleep, doing a couple of things that we'll talk about tomorrow, my sleep was back to perfect, normal. I felt fantastic. And I was able to get back to healthy and whole, ease and flow in a relatively short period of time. So please go to Sleep Cycle and look at that app, download it for free, get a baseline of where you are. I'll see you tomorrow.